G'day, my name's Rick. I've been teaching first aid and surviving in the Northern Territory for maybe 40 or so years. There's a lot of experience. The other day I went to see if anyone online had any information on how to treat a crocodile bite. There was one, Surf Life Saving Victoria, I think it was. So I've put this package together. It's a brief but funny awareness on how to deal with these animals. Firstly, you must understand the animal. It's been around for a long time. And if you make a mistake here, you can do it on the first day, on the second day, but on the third, he'll take you. You'll just meet. Right? Matter of fact, my rule when I'm tour guiding is that you don't go closer than 5 metres to any crocodile inhabited area, and you do not put your back to the water. And you keep your camera going because not everyone knows that rule, and you might get a good shot. The reason why that 5 metre rule is because the average croc around here is 4.5 metres, and it can launch himself the length of his body. Okay, he's also an ambush creature, and he'll take you into the water and what's called the roll of death. And I've worked out what that one's for, because for 40,000 years they've learnt to wash their food before they eat it. Okay, they've got a 2.5 ton crushing pressure, downward pressure. They don't have that in opening strength, so a bit of tape can actually hold them up, but they haven't got sharp teeth. So they've actually got to get their mates to help rip you apart, because they can only swallow something whole backwards. Okay, and if their mates aren't around, they'll just put you on, after they do that death roll, they'll put you underneath a log, and they'll come back a few days later when you're a little bit more rotten and probably rip you apart by shaking their head. Okay, so you probably want to know how to deal with the first aid for this, because if you do get bitten by a croc, you got a good chance of surviving, but you need to put a tourniquet on really fast. If it's in your leg, that femoral artery, you've got about 3 minutes. If it's your arm and it's the artery there, maybe 5 to 6 minutes. So that tourniquet I should say, goes on high and tight, and it can only go on single bone. So that's single bone, and your femur is a single bone. So the biggest problem is that you've got a good chance of losing about 500 mils of fluid, or the internal injuries associated with fractures from that crushing pressure will certainly lose a lot of blood. So if you lose 500 mils of blood, you're going to go into shock. Shock is what kills you, because in shock everything goes to the chest region. It's the immediate action of the body. So when this happens, that's why you faint, that's why you can't stand up, all the adrenaline runs through your throat, you throw up. That's what shock is. So if you know how to treat shock, is basically if it goes too far, you've got to carry out cardiopulmonary resuscitation. And if you don't have that tourniquet on them and they're still losing fluid, well, that's not going to work either. So so you've got to stop the bleeding, and you can do indirect pressure and direct pressure onto the wounds. Indirect is actually holding an artery physically, like there, yeah. And I won't do the femoral one, it's a little bit close to other items, but it does work. So that's indirect pressure, and then you use direct pressure. So did I tell you the joke? No, I won't do that one. it's a bit so understand your animal. It's really important. Let's talk about snakes. Another thing that I've been taught by the elders how they've actually been dealing with snakes and snake bites over the last 40, 50,000, however long they've been here. But if they get bitten, it's pretty simple. They find a nice shady tree, lie down and do nothing. If they've got a friend there, the friend will dig a hole, put them in the hole, leave their head out, come back 2 days later, and this actually works because it's the same principle as what we do is put a pressure mobilisation bandage on the area. First we circle the bite area with a bit of texture, and then we put the pressure mobilisation bandage, and this is where most people muck around. They actually move the leg when they're doing that, which doesn't help the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system runs the same as your veins. So you know, if you sit on a plane, you got swollen legs. Well, when you're old, that's what happens. But the lymphatic system runs the same as what your vascular system does. So any movement will increase that venom flow up to the lymphatic nodes, which are down the old fella, or up here, or up here. So we want to slow that down. So the Aboriginal principle of do nothing is the best thing you can do. Most people try and kill the snake. Most people that get bitten are snake handlers. I've taught the lesson maybe 5,000 times. I'm not exaggerating, but I've only ever treated one snake bite, and that wasn't that was from him being released from a hospital, and the infection came back and bit him on his arse. He went down, excuse my French, but like a bag of shit, sweating. So the infection's a big one. A lot of snakes have different styles of toxins, but don't go trying to identify the snake. Just remember the rules. Draw a little circle on there. Put the pressure mobilisation bandage on. But think about it. If you can sort of put a pillow underneath their butt, put a pillow underneath their heel, and that's if we're doing a leg, and slowly do the pressure mobilisation bandage, which these days they have little rectangles, and if they go to squares, that's the right pressure. It doesn't matter if you start from the bottom, go to the top, or vice versa. It's more a matter of not moving that person. So hopefully that explains it. Snakes understand the animal. They don't have good vision. They can actually hear you thumping or when you're walking, and they'll run away. But that's not all snakes. I have been chased by a taipan. I was lucky I was pretty fast at the time. So cobras and that are also aggressive and will stand ground. But the best idea is understand that there are snakes out there. Carry a couple of those snake bandages in your kit. Respect the animal, and maybe my next podcast I'll tell you about how to deal with a shark attack. Well, have a nice day, and if you do get a chance, come and do one of my courses. I have a lot of fun in teaching what I do. I do have a little bit of experience, and I'm happy to share. And my favourite thing is getting a student ringing me up and saying that they saved their life. Have a great day.